Hi everyone, welcome back to JPWHU TV. It's nice to see you. I hope you're keeping well and I was going to say and enjoying the day, but honestly, it's a travesty. But this is a live version of the full-time thoughts. Apologies, guys. As I said earlier, I had some real issues with my computer when I got home. I got home with plenty of time, but unfortunately, the computer decided to do some updates, and everything just went crazy. So, but guys, this is my full-time thoughts on Liverpool 5, West Ham 1 in the Carabao Cup third round. Not a big surprise to anybody, to be honest with you. But as always, guys, this live stream, I should say, is sponsored by the channel sponsor, 3retro.com. Please click the link in the description below that will take you directly through to the West Ham section of their website, where you can purchase some really nice retro gear. But if there's any Liverpool fans watching, there's also some retro gear in there for you guys as well, along with track jackets, polo shirts, sweatshirts and t-shirts made by Admiral and Umbro, so go check those out. Any purchases you make through the link in the description below, the commission that the channel would normally be getting, as I always say, I'll be sending on to the charity Iron Supporting Food Banks. They're based in the Newham area and they're helping those in the Newham area and the Essex County and further afield for that matter, as they're currently supporting over 70, if not over 80 separate food banks by the time of this recording. So guys, go grab yourself a really nice retro shirt. You'll be saving yourself a few quid in comparison to your respective club shop, and you'll be helping those less fortunate than you and I. But if you want to make a donation directly to the charity, but not to the Mega 3 Retro link payment, that's perfectly fine. Their Just Giving Fund link is in the description below, just above it as well. So £1, £2, £5, whatever you can afford, guys. By all means, trust me, every single penny helps with these people that are in such dire situations. So guys, for those that are watching live, by all means put your thoughts in the comments section, and for those that are watching the replay, by all means please do put your comments in the comments section below. Let me know what you're thinking on this as well. I can pretty much see quite a lot of banned comments, I should imagine. But let's start off with it. But as always, guys, let's start off by talking about the team sheets as we normally would do for a watch along. So in goal was Keller for Liverpool, with Gomez, Endo, Nunes and Sinesio, Jones, Gakpo, Jota, Simeskis, Quansat and Bradley. On the bench for him was Jaros, Van Dijk, Diaz, Szoboszlai, McAllister, Salah, Robertson, Alexander-Arnold and Morton. For West Ham United, a few changes exactly as I pretty much predicted, but not at the same point. I did say there was going to be some changes, and there obviously was. Fabianski in goal, with the back four of Soufal, Tubido, Kilman and Creswell, Souček and Alvarez and Soler in the midfield positions, supporting Bowen, Ings and Somerville up front. I don't know why that graphic's gone a little bit awry there, but yeah, guys, at the end of the day, let's not bother about talking about the substitutions. It doesn't make a fucking difference. It does not matter in any shape or form. But yeah, for our substitutions were Fodringham, Antonio, Irving, Kudus, Mavropanos, Emerson, Rodriguez, Paquetá, and Wan-Bissaka. So what I want to start off with, but just going a little bit different off kilter, because I never normally really mention this, but I've got to say, the League Cup ball looks pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie, the League Cup ball looks quite nice out of it. When we were seeing the graphics of it, I just thought that's not bad. That's a nice looking ball, to be honest with you. But but in terms of the team sheets, it's understandable that both teams were going to be making changes. Both teams, I mean, from a West Ham perspective, I can't really argue with anything like that in any shape or form. Brain, I'll put your comment up in the section, mate. But can you little bit more clearer than that? Bloody hell, the Hammers have problems. Was expecting more. More goals? More effort? What are you talking about? So guys, but as I say, the team sheets themselves, I think it was very good. Good. So to be honest with you, we'll talk about it. But it was nice to see Tubido back in the side again. After his performance against Bournemouth, as we did when we did the watch along, for that game, it was a little bit shaky from him, but at the same point, you could see there's a player in there. My issue with this is right after the kickoff, literally right after kickoff, conceding a corner within 35 seconds. Creswell had a little bit of a shaky game, to be honest with you. I really do think he did. Conceded quite a fair bit, gave the ball away a little bit. Um, but I do genuinely think, like as I just mentioned just now, Tobido is a much improved from his Bournemouth game. Had a great chance to score just 12 minutes in. Guys, I've said this many times on watch-alongs. I didn't say it from the in the preview, but if you go at Liverpool, they shit themselves. They genuinely do. Same with Man City. They're not used to people going at them, especially at a club of West Ham's level. It was mental. We had, that was a very good chance to. Very good header from Tobido to get the ball out, but it just goes a couple of yards wide. 12 minutes in, Brain says more. Was expecting more after the Chelsea fiasco. It wasn't really a fiasco because we had more shots on target than they did. We had more ball possession than they did. It's just they took their chances better than we did. Which you'll see if you watch the full-time thoughts. Quansah's own goal 20 minutes in. On the clock. Creswell's corner. Nice corner, to be honest with you. Ings headed to Alvarez. Perfect. Great to see Ings was back to his best for a lot of that game. He generally was. I thought was very impressed with the movement he was doing. And then Alvarez just fluffs it and it deflects off Quansah, however you pronounce it, and it's in the back of the net. And it was quite funny to hear the away fans singing "How shit must you be? We're winning away." But didn't really help all that much matter, because a couple of minutes later, literally, Gakpo very close from being offside. I mean, even Jamie Carragher questioned it in the replay. So if Carragher's questioning it, then he's blatantly off. He has to be offside. It looked like his toe, but guys, my thoughts on toe offsides. But the rules are the rules. Ginesta goes for a wonder goal, completely fluffs it, but Jota jumps up with a great header, and it's 1-1 on the 25th minute mark. You can't really complain too much about that. At the end of the day, we can't complain about the result anyway, but we'll go on to that in a little bit further down anyway. And then literally 5 minutes later, Gakpo steps up, inches away. I think it was Gakpo. Let me just double check that. Where are we to make it 2-1? Oh, go away! Don't care about bloody iPlayer. So where are we? So sorry, Jota. Apologies, Jota makes it. No, sorry. I'll update that later. So yeah. So where are we? So Jota on the 25th minute brings it to 1-1, and then 30 minutes in, wasn't it? I'm sure it was 30 minutes in. Jota, sorry, I was right. Gakpo inches away from scoring, making it 2-1. Literally about that far away from the post. Sorry, that I need to remember to take out my bloody things when I'm typing on the keyboard. It's mad. Anyway, so yeah. We went at them. We had some decent spells. It was kind of like a boxing match for the first half of the game. It really was. It was very equal chances on both sides, but it just felt like that both teams were trying to get a feel of each other, how things were going, not just of each other, but in terms of the teammates as well, because it looks like Tobido and Kilman are doing very well in terms of communication for a lot of it. Not so much in the second half, granted. But I say, guys, for those that are watching, put your comments in the live chat, and for those that are watching the replay of this, please do put your comments in the comment section below as well. But right at the start of it, 46 and a bit minutes in, it looked like handball to me off Matey. What was it? But again, 48 minutes on the clock, 49 minutes on the match report, 2-1. Jota gets so much space to score this goal. It's unreal. Yes, again, Alvarez, who got booked in the first half, he should have got closer. Really should have got closer. But he should have had more people around him. He should have had Tobido, should have been around him. Kilman should have been helping him out. Such an easy goal for Jota to score, and it's 2-1 on the 49-minute mark. It's just. Now, and then there's a little bit to and fro, back and forth. Substitutions on the hour mark from West Ham United. Souček for Paquetá and Ings for Antonio. It was fresh legs, and seemed to improve the attack. Paquetá was playing well. Antonio was the handful that he always is. It was great to see him from that point playing in that way. Really was good to see him playing to his back to his strengths. But again, hopefully, hopefully, Lopetegui's realised that Antonio should be a he should be a substitute. He really should be coming on as an impact sub. I really hope that Lopetegui's questioned that, understood that, rather than, I'm obviously taking him off for Somerville at the weekend against Chelsea. Bad move. But taking Ings off and bringing Antonio on was a better movement. Ings, I thought played very well. Great movement from him. Got in and around with a lot of things, but didn't really do all that much in terms of getting into scoring positions, apart from that goal that was obviously ruled out of offside at the start. But yeah, I thought it was good. You know, we had fresh legs. Kilman on the 66th minute. How did he not score? I mean, it makes no difference now because of the scoreline, but it genuinely could have been 2-1. It could have been 2-2. Really could have made it 2-2 if I think the occasion got to Kilman. There's no other explanation for it. He looked like he was nervous. He was stuttering with the kick, and he you could hear Carragher just laughing about what was going on. You know, I think that sums up how we've started this season, guys. I really do think that's how it sums up the season, is the fact that we have relatively no confidence out there with our players. I don't understand it. You know, we've got some great players out there, but they're just not delivering now. But the problem is, we'll come on to that in a little while as well. But at the end of the day, you know, we were on the ascension. We really were kicking on, really were going for it, but we just had no end product. Yet again, like Chelsea, Charles Alamate, and it's exactly what he was just saying there. Had some nice sequences in the game, but unfortunately, Liverpool finished their dinner and we don't. Exactly. 100%, mate. Completely right. Now, 69 minutes in, there's a stomach to ball on Samozlai or Safazlai, however the fuck you pronounce it. It looked live that it was a handball. Paquetá got booked for protesting about it, as did Lopetegui. You look at the angle, yes, it hits his stomach here and it's off the ball there. That's not handball by the rules and by anybody's standards for that matter. You can't claim handball with about a third of a second deflection from one part of the body to the other. It's not relevant in any shape or form. But I can understand the reasons why everyone was going mental live. Absolutely get that. Now 74 minutes in. 3-1, rebound and deflection right into the path of Mo Salah, and what's going to happen after as their impact sub, right place at the right time as he always is, and bam, it's in the back of the net, and it's 3-1. Game over at that point. Really was game over at that point, and it kind of showed that. Now, literally a minute or so later, Alvarez does a stupid fucking challenge. I don't really understand the reason. I know it's like making one of those challenges to absorb the pressure, break up play, whatever cliche you want to use. But he's already on a fucking yellow. Yeah, you do not do that, but it's because it's a booking. It's an absolute booking. 100%. 2 yellows off the pitch, down to 10 men. Misses the Brentford game. Not acceptable. I love Alvarez. I think he's fantastic. I thought he did very well on Saturday, but the problem, again, it's just, no, you just don't do that. You really don't do that. We're down to 10 men, and obviously there's substitutions being made pretty much right away. Paquetá comes off and Irving comes on, so the substitute gets substituted, and Bowen comes off and gives the armband to Creswell, and Kudus is on in Bowen's stead. And then, guys, it just got worse after that. It really genuinely did. We took our attacking threat off. I'm not saying anything about Irving before. If you're still watching, mate, I'm not criticising him. I thought he did very well. He made my starting 11 in the preview because we want players out there, but that just want to show some fight. But guys, it was just worrying. Really was. But a couple of minutes later, after that, around about the 81st minute, great double save from Fabianski to try and keep the scoreline down as much as possible. But this is Liverpool. Giles is asking, how long do you think J-Lo will be given to turn it around from Sullivan? February, mate. I really genuinely do. I know that's 5 months away, but I can't see him going anywhere near that being sacked in any shape or form until at least the new year. I really, at the very least, the new year. You know, it's yeah. We'll have to wait and see. It's way too early to talk about. It's way too early to talk about managers being sacked because at the end of the day, guys, the manager isn't the one that's losing the game. It wasn't Alvarez. It wasn't Alvarez's instruction from JLo to make those stupid fucking challenges. At what point will Lopetegui get sacked? You've literally just talked about that. Pay attention. Charles says, "I hope he stays for the record." Yeah, agreed. Yeah, I mean, you know, we've had a. We're trying to talk about the game, guys. It's not about him. Think players are letting him down. 100%. Yes, definitely. You know, Somerville comes close. About a minute or so after that double save from Fabianski. Very, very close, but a great toe poke from Keller. Really, very, very good save. That could have. We should have lost this 5-3. We really should have done with the chances we had, or maybe even 5-4 for that matter. Because if Danny Ings wasn't offside in the goal that he scored, very, very close to we could have done. I'm not saying we should have done, but we could have done. We could have lost this 5-4 if we'd lost it 5-4. Because obviously Gakpo scores on the 3rd minute of added time, and then literally about 40-50 seconds later gets another, and it's 5-1. So I hold my hands up. Me and Charles were saying in our group chat beforehand that I can't see us. I think we'll concede goals, but we won't be conceding as much as we did last time. I was wrong. Not a problem. But guys, honestly, we knew this was going to be a loss. But it's the manner of the defeat that matters the most to us. It really, really does. We did have pockets of, as Charles said earlier, we did have some pockets of chances to get a few goals, and we could have done. Tobido could have scored. Ings should have been onside. Kilman's could have scored. On top of that, you know, that's 3 goals right there without even thinking about it. Including the own goal, we should have lost this 5-4, and that's the disappointing thing. Once again, we aren't taking our chances. Once again, but this has to be instruction. I've said this many, many times. We are playing the same way as we did under Moyes, as we did under Bilic, and as we did under certain parts of Allardyce's regime. And Pellegrini, for that matter. It can't be too much of a coincidence that we've got no players that are similar to those previous squads out there, with the exception of Creswell and Antonio. We've had numerous managers since then. Yeah, what is it? Since we got relegated and we came back, we've had Allardyce, we've had Bilic, we've had Moyes twice, Pellegrini, and now Jalen. We've had 6 managers in pretty much 12 years, give or take. Where are we? 12, 13 years. It'll be 13 years by the end of this season. As a result of it, it cannot be the manager's fault, and it can't be the player's fault. There is something wrong deeper, which is why, Guilherme Bailuk, or whatever it is, that geezer that tweeted the other day about looking further than the bench. It just doesn't make sense. We've been trying to put our fingers on it for a long, long time. Really, really trying to put our fingers on it, and it was just, it did my head in. But apologies, guys, as I say, for not being able to do the watch long. I got home with plenty of time. Just my PC decided to do some updates, and it's been all over the place at the minute. It really was. Brains asking, would you take Gareth Southgate? I wouldn't, mate. I wouldn't. Guys, I seriously wouldn't. I'm in agreement. I'm in agreement with Charles what he said earlier. I hope he stays for the record. Yeah, I want to see Lopetegui do well. I like the manager. We've got glimpses, but it's knee-jerk reaction because we're losing. Yeah, it's totally totally understandable that fans are reacting in that way. But you have to give people time. Yes, Brighton are playing better than we are, and they've signed the same amount of players and got rid of quite a few more in in um got rid of in the summer transfer window. Aston Villa, right manager, right players. J-Lo and the players we got in, potentially I'd say 7 out of those 9 players that we've got, 10 if you include Irving, bearing in mind he was a summer transfer from last summer. Yeah. Honestly, the way things are going, it's too early to judge Kilman. It's too early to judge Tabido. It's too early to judge Soler, who's had a handful of games, if that. It's too early to judge Somerville, although it's looking like there's a player in there. 100% there's a player in there. We can't criticise Fulkrug because he's been injured, but hopefully be back for the Brentford game on Saturday. I hope, especially now, bearing in mind that we've played 7 games so far this season, and we've lost the majority of those. The only games we've won was Bournemouth at the last ditch, Fulham was a draw, and Crystal Palace was away. So 3 out of those 7, it's not good enough for a start to any football season, much less the Premier League campaign. So in a good way, we've got no what's the word? No distractions until January for the FA Cup, which will probably be an away game to Man United. I'm calling it now. Man United away in the what was it, the fifth round of the FA Cup, whatever the round is, I can't remember, which is weird because you guys know how much I love the FA Cup. But yeah, Russ is keying in today, not good. 100%, mate. Well, you guys scored the same amount of goals, so there you go. Brain saying a bit like Spurs. Russ is saying Graham Potter. I'm guessing that is on that. Charles is giving me solidarity. Thank you, mate. Look at Unai Emery after his rocky start at Villa. 100%. You give managers time. You give managers time, and people have to take that on the chin. You really genuinely do. I'm a little bit surprised there's no juniors were playing were picked in the squad. Very, very, very surprised with that. Of course, obviously last night they played. Was it Benfica under 21s? Gilherme looked quality. He didn't have that many chances on the ball from what I was able to see on the YouTube channel, but it's way too early to start questioning how long the manager's going to do it. It's a big fucking cliche, you guys, you know that. But at the same point, questions are being asked, but it's more down to the lack of confidence, shall we say, of the players more than the manager's tactics. Yes, the manager's tactics have a bit of it, but as I always say, it's when it comes to the actual result, it's 20% managers, 80% players. That's what it is. It's what it is. The managers can go out and tell them what to do. I don't want to see a manager on the touchline shouting orders at somebody or any players that have been playing the game since 6 years old, and they're adults and they still have to be told what to do. It shouldn't happen. Yes, if there's a bit of a tweak here and there, but not constantly all the time. I mean, guys, am I wrong with this? Am I genuinely wrong with this? This is why people say about players hiding behind managers. Yeah, it's just, it shouldn't happen. It should not happen. Players should need to take more responsibility for what they're doing. I've been saying it for season after season, pretty much when I started this YouTube channel 7 years ago. Yeah, 2017, I think. Yeah, 2016, 2017, around about that point. It was the first season of the It was the first season of when we moved to London Stadium. That's when I started documenting things. So that was so almost 8 years I've been doing this channel. Almost 8 years, and I've been saying the same thing. It doesn't matter what player we have, and it doesn't matter what managers we've got. We're always saying the same thing. Players have to take responsibility. Bowen said that after the Chelsea game. And and he was completely correct. It was too. The goals were too easy. As I said earlier. Excuse me. As I said earlier, Jota's 2-1 at the start of the second half. Too easy a goal. Really too easy a goal. Don't get me wrong, Liverpool scored some fantastic goals. They really genuinely did. But we were just sloppy, inconsistent with our decision making, and things need to cool down a little bit in the fan base. Brain saying Somerville is quality. Yes, agreed. Brain saying is also saying I think the fans see it better of a player mentality in the stadium than watching on TV. To a degree, mate, yes. To a degree. Charles says, I generally think there are players in the team that are indifferent to our success. Unfortunately, a lot of players coming on in big money, mate. Yeah, 100%, and not stepping up to the plate. That's the only way you can look at the way Paquetá's playing. You know, that Souček and Soufal are playing for their lives, giving everything, as is Bowen. You know, and Creswell still to this day puts in the shift all the time. Doesn't always do brilliantly, but you can see he cares. The rest of them, questionable. And yeah, Josh actually just needs to see his comment. Need more like Bowen, Souček, Kilman, exactly, etc. for mentality wise. But as I said earlier, mate, Kilman, I think he was nervous. He should have scored that goal. He really should have done, and I'm sure he'll be kicking himself for missing that opportunity. I could have scored that. Genuinely, I could have scored that. Just smack it straight away. Just have a shot. Just go for it. Talking of which, actually, guys, before we wrap this up, because we're going to draw it up in a minute. Let's have a look at the match stats. Right. So, no surprise, Liverpool had 21 shots, 11 on target, 8 off target. So I'm guessing the other. The other. Where are we? 19. I'm guessing the other 2 were saves. We had 12 shots, 3 on target, 5 off target. And they had 61.2% possession over the whole 90 minutes. That's fine. I haven't got an issue with that. But we were having good spells of possession at certain points. Russ says, enough is enough and it's time for a change. Well, yeah, well, go away, mate. Go away. Go on Arsenal Fan TV, live TV, and then go and do your comments there. Giles says he was like Bambi on ice there. Honestly, his legs all over the bleeding place. Just proof that he was scared to try and take a shot, or not confident, I should say, to take a shot. It's one of the two. It really, really is. Anyway, guys, thank you to everybody that's watched. I did put out on all social medias that we're going to go live after kickoff. I had to wait a few minutes to make sure everybody was aware of it, of course. But please do follow the channel on Twitter and Facebook. All the links in the description below. But we will, let's say the preview would have gone up tomorrow. Well, it probably still will go up tomorrow. Probably, but obviously, because I had to wait for this game to happen before suspensions, injuries, etc. So yeah, so the preview for the Brentford game will be available either Thursday or tomorrow or Friday, one of the two. Arsenal Fan TV, how dare you? Well, you are a gooner, mate. You are a gooner. I don't know any other channels that do it from an Arsenal perspective anyway. But guys, thank you very, very much for your time. Please do like, share and subscribe. As I say, follow us on social media so you know what's going on. I'm advertising stuff low all the time, trying to put stuff up there, and it doesn't seem to be working. So please do follow us on social media. And of course, if you're enjoying the content as well as Brain's is doing for that matter, by all means, please do hit the like button so when it comes around to advertising it for the replay, there'll be more people who get involved in it. But in the meantime, guys, try and enjoy the rest of the rest of the week, and I will see you very, very soon for the preview, and hopefully on Saturday we'll be doing the watch along as well. So in the meantime, guys, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon. All the best now.